Well, guess what? We are starting this thing all over again because we had winds over here blew out our internet. So it just kind of messed up my live. Okay. So welcome to Tuesday Tea Time with Dorarena. And I want to welcome all our first time viewers, those that will be watching the replay. This will be our last Tuesday tea time. And I don't know if you know, but we've been doing this for probably about 4 or 5 years, and it's time to take a break. All right. So I always share with you my tea that I'm using tonight. Can you see that? If I can turn it the right way and tilt it the right way. So I have a little ginger crystals that I put in my tea, and oh my goodness, it is so good. This is my cup. And I hope that you have your cup with you and that you fill your cup up with lots of wisdom tonight. All right. We're going to do this again. Take two. Tea time. Got my honey in it and everything. So, yes. So let's just go right into our topic tonight. We are talking about how to walk in practical wisdom. All right. Sometimes people don't really understand what practical wisdom is. And I've come across even like some Christian women that don't understand the difference between biblical wisdom and practical wisdom. And it's the super and the natural working together. You can't have one without the other. So, practical wisdom, let's look at what that is. Okay, this is kind of a easy definition. It's about embracing knowledge of what to do and when to take action. Okay, empowers us to achieve greatness if we do that. Okay, so that's a simplified definition of practical wisdom. All right, so now let's go into some of the slides that I have. Okay, keeping an attitude to learning and gaining a thorough understanding of any situation before making a decision will empower us to make informed and confident decisions. So, women of wisdom, we are all about boosting confidence and empowering with practical wisdom. Really, is about learning how to make wise decisions in our everyday affairs of life so that we can eliminate a lot of problems and, mistakes and having to, go around the mountains so many times before we get it. If we apply practical wisdom, then we won't have to waste time. And sometimes gaining wisdom is, oh my goodness, good by observation, watching other people, the mistakes that they made, evaluating it, analyzing what to do and what not to do, looking at that end result before you take steps so you'll know what that would be like if you went that way, getting the different perspectives from other people and then narrowing it down to what your perspective is and making that right decision. Okay. Let's go to our next slide before the wind get us again. Practical wisdom. This is what Barry said that Aristotle told us is the combination of moral will and moral skill. Okay. So I'm thinking, okay, well, what does that mean? Well, let's break that down on our next slide. All right. So we can understand that. We'll come back and look at that. Okay. So moral will, it in the simplest form, is the desire to do the right thing, while moral skill is the ability to identify and navigate complex situations to determine the right course of action. Okay, so now we're going to go back to what Barry said, that Aristotle said is combining the moral skill and the moral will together. Boom, practical wisdom. So learning how to make those decisions, having all the knowledge that we need to make those decisions, and we're just not, throwing stuff in the wind and hoping that it fly in the right direction to benefit us. You got to do life on purpose, and you have to be determined that you do want your life to go somewhere. And in order to do that, to make less time and to conserve time, practical wisdom is the way to go. And so that way you can open up opportunities that normally under any other circumstances they would not open up. But you walk in wisdom, practical wisdom, and it will cause your life to be successful, and you will achieve much more. You will build confidence, because you know what? The decisions that we make when we use practical wisdom, it will help us with our decision-making skills, knowing that we are good at making the right decisions. Come on, don't tell me that's not a confident booster. And then look at that. It is building wisdom in you so that you can walk around and be assured that you are going in the right direction. Okay. And you have to eliminate distractions, foolishness, and there's all kind of stuff out there that would try to get in your way, but you walk in practical wisdom, you'll know how to deal with that. Okay, what's our next slide here? Okay, using emotions as allies, reflecting on past experiences, and examining our thoughts is essential for exercising practical wisdom and acting wisely and morally. Okay, so a lot of times, we get upset about stuff, and then our emotions are flying high. They're all over the place. And I guarantee you, if you make a decision based being led by your emotions, more than likely you are going to make the wrong decision. Because think about it. It don't have to be just because you're angry or mad. It could be because you're feeling sorry for somebody, and you can make the wrong decision and do stuff for people out of feeling sorry for them and not even realize that they're a person that you shouldn't even be helping. But practical wisdom, when you look at things and analyze those things, you can determine whether or not that's something that you should invest in. Your time, you should invest your time in that or in that person. So make sure that you use practical wisdom when it comes to deciding what to do. So we're talking about how do we walk in practical wisdom, and how we do that is by analyzing, observing other people's lives, staying aware of what's going on around you. And you know what? Let me say this. I know I'm talking to somebody. Be aware of your own feelings. Don't hide your feelings from you. Be aware of your feelings so that you will know how to use them as an ally. You will know how to control them, because sometimes they're up, they're down, and they're all around. But you can make a quality decision and then allow your emotions to catch up with your decision. Isn't that good? You don't have to fall out all over issues and situations. You use practical wisdom to help you decide how to handle the situation, think things through, and always make sure that you embrace learning, because stay a learner, and hook up with other wise women, because the wise hang out with the wise. You want to be wise? Hang out with the wise, and be open to receiving knowledge, whether it's correction or constructive criticism, whatever will cause you to grow and become a better person. Embrace that information and stay away from, being a know-it-all and not wanting to receive information from other people. So I know that was for somebody. I don't know who it was for. But this is something that will help you not fall into the ditch. And you know what? Listen, if somebody is going in the wrong direction, and you recognize that that's the direction, don't follow them. Don't say, well, how some people do, I can change them, I can help them. You can see the potential in people. And you know what? Listen, if they don't want it, you need to let it go, because now you're wasting your time, and that is not practical wisdom. So everyday life affairs, you have to learn how to use practical wisdom in everyday life affairs, and you will eliminate a lot of problems in life and be successful. Open up those opportunities that normally wouldn't be open otherwise. All right. So make sure that you follow uh, these steps, using your emotions as an ally, and reflecting on past experiences, examining your thoughts, and examining other people's lives, analyzing the decisions that they make. And like I always say, you can learn something from anybody. You can learn something from a fool, even if it's only to know how not to act like one. Okay. So don't be closed-minded to growing and increasing your knowledge. All right. All right. Well, this is Tuesday Tea Time with Dorarena. I want to thank you for joining me. I want to thank all those that throughout the years that been with us and watched our videos, and you have applied the information or the knowledge that's been putting out there. If you don't remember anything else that I've said over the years, remember this one thing. All right. Dorena loves you, and walk in wisdom. All right. You have a great night.